Hey guys, how are you? I'm in my Lexus LS430 and I wanted to show you a new option for Apple CarPlay for getting a different stereo in your car. And this is basically a floating 12.3 inch display. I'll link this down below in the description. It'll be an affiliate link, so if you click it, I do get a commission. But you could also just kind of look up on the internet like Lexus LS430 12.3 Android stereo, but I can at least link you this one that I got. I'm going to go through my experience with it so far. I've had it for a few weeks, and then after all that, towards the end of the video, I'm going to give you the full wiring layout of how to install it, like where to plug everything at. Let's start this up, and you want to do a countdown. I have mine set to where it automatically, when it turns on, it automatically detects my phone here, and it opens up the T-Link 5 app. So here, yeah, there it is now that it's going to that app. It's got the T-Link 5 CarPlay Android Auto app. And the screen is super nice. It's a very glossy black screen, and it looks really good. And you can see it doing the connecting thing, and boom, there's Apple CarPlay. This is Apple CarPlay. This is the main reason I got this stereo. This is one of those Android stereos you plug and play. You take your factory plugs out, and it just plugs right in and it plays. There's not any kind of wiring you have to do. There's not any kind of like soldering you have to do. There's nothing. It just sits in there. You have to disconnect this first, which just pries out, and there's like there's 3 screws underneath this piece right here, which all comes out as one, and then your stereo comes out, and then you install this thing. And again, I'll show you at the end, after I'm done yapping about it, I'll show you exactly where to put the wires at when you install it. So far, this sounds great. Some of the benefits, let me go over the cons first. The cons first are this is all replaced, right? So you have like these knurled metal knobs for your AC. The AC comes out of here. They include in the kit different like AC adapters in case you have the lower non-navigation AC ducts, or maybe they're higher. I don't remember if the AC ducts are higher or lower for the non-nav. But they include like a little AC adapter that's like an offset AC thing to where you can relocate it to where these are. Now, I had navigation in here before, the navigation screen in my Lexus, and I think this works for both. So the con is you don't get the auto oscillating vents anymore. This is just the factory. You just get simple plastic vents, and you can hear them. They feel cheap. They don't feel premium, but they work. They divert the air to where you need them to be diverted to. Other than that, I can't think of a lot of cons. The hard buttons are very cool. Like when I go in here, if I want to change the climate control stuff, I go in here and I can turn the fan. When I hit this button to turn the fan up, the AC thing pops up and the fan's gonna get a lot louder, as you see. It goes in less steps though. It's like it does a big chunk off, right? Like 3, and then incrementally changes them. But I can go in here, if I hit the AC button, you'll see the AC symbol change off to on. I can do the air circulation thing. That one's going to change like that. You can see it changing. I always keep the circulation on. Yeah, when I change the heated seats, that doesn't do anything, but it stays down here. Also, these side buttons work. So when I do this, when I click it, it also takes the temperature down like that. You can see it changing temperature. Let's go all the way down to low though, you know, because it's the summer right now, while I'm filming this at least. So I like that. I like having a physical volume knob here. That's cool to have. The steering wheel controls do work. So if I go over here and I click the volume is going to go up, the volume is going to go down. I had a little bit of problems with the track forward and track backwards buttons, and I just assigned them to these, but I have it backwards where this is track forward and this is track backwards. I think that it worked, so I just like whatever. Buttons like up here where you have like hard skip buttons or whatever. These are for your songs or whatever. This is for tuning the radio, I believe. This will also scroll through songs. this little wheel here. This is your volume. Sounds great. It gets nice and loud. It's really cool, very convenient. Another pro for me is my dash. My car's in great shape, but my dash was like bubbled up to where there's like little bubbles and stuff, and there were bubbles right here like this. And so when I had the form-fitting one, you could see that this is up a little bit. So it's up like, let me give you like the profile here. It sits up that much, like that. So it's not a lot that it sits up, but it sits up enough to where it doesn't, I don't see the stuff right behind it on the dash, which is really cool. I like that a lot. My previous one, the form-fitting one, the AC stuff was a little button up here. With this one, when I click the little button, it just gives me that, where I can click like the home button and go to the home screen. I can go into like settings, for instance. Settings are, there's a bunch of different settings. So sound, you're gonna have your DSP and stuff. Let me see. Where's DSP? Oh wait, DSP is gonna be, or not DSP, just your equalizer in general. Let's go back to home. DSP, they call it DSP, but it's just an equalizer. This is a little bit weird because it doesn't seem like this is the bass and that's the treble. It's like certain things are certain things, and it's like you got to really adjust it around to find what works for you. It has this as well, which lets you like do the balance and the fading however you want that. But the DSP is really where you want to be at as far as changing your sound around. Now this is going to have, let's see here, home. Oh, I'll use this button for home. Let's see, video, Bluetooth, air conditioning. It has the AC app, radio. I mean, really, what am I ever going to use of that? Probably nothing ever. These are all the apps that come with it. You can see this APK installer, CarMate, Do, Fun, Play, you know, very Chinese names of things. Let's see, original car, traffic safety, quick pick, steering wheel. This is how you set your steering wheel controls. And just random other stuff. I don't know what this color does. I haven't figured that out. Yeah, when it's dark out, these are backlit just a little bit. They're kind of dim, but they are backlit. These buttons, along with these icons down here, they're backlit. It's not amazingly backlit, but it is backlit. And then this right here just controls like fan speed. And then this controls fan speed for passenger. Or it's supposed to control fan speed for passenger, but I think I have it on driver's side. So this is a dual function with these right here. You hit the hazards, your hazards turn on. I use this almost solely for Apple CarPlay. All that other stuff is just like all the apps and stuff are just like for setting up the actual unit for exactly how you want it. Your equalizer, if you want to install some random apps on it to watch stuff while you're driving. I don't watch anything while I'm driving. You can do it with this if you want. If the federal government's listening, it's opposite day. But yeah, it's really nice. I use it solely, I just hop in, my phone connects to it, and it works reliably. I haven't had it fail yet to where the Apple CarPlay doesn't work, because that's all I use it for. All my music and my navigation is there on a nice looking screen. It modernizes the interior enough to where it just feels really nice in here with that screen. I like that a lot. And then like, it's a glossy screen, but also like the wood trim is also, you can see the glare there. It's very glossy. So it matches the vibes, you know? So it is pretty cool. I like it a lot. I could give it, if I could give it any out of 10, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. One deduction being you don't get your auto vents anymore, and then the other deduction being I couldn't get steering wheel controls fully set up to how I wanted them, but I got the volume up and down and the track forward and backward. And now let me show you how to install it, all the wires and all that stuff. Okay, so this is how you plug everything in on the harness. It looks complicated, but I promise it's not. The plugs will only fit into one slot, so you just got to make sure you get them all plugged in. There's a few things I can show you that'll help you out. So first, you're going to start here. This one's labeled high, and I mean, what I've noticed is that the ones that say high are up high. The ones that say low are down low. It's just like, but there's only one that says high. It's up here. That's going to be plugged into this harness right here. This harness gets left unused. This is like your clock display info and stuff like that, I believe. And then down below, you're gonna have this harness coming out of your Lexus. This wiring loom is gonna plug into this one that says low right here. And the wires coming out are white, and I'm colorblind, guys. I couldn't tell you the colors actually. And then this main harness is going to be going in as well. This harness is labeled ES. This harness is labeled EZS HY7133-020. And that is what plugs into this main harness here, and that is the main loom that goes into there. Okay, other things you're going to plug in down here are going to be this from your Lexus plugs into this from the wiring harness, and I can't read that for you. I couldn't tell you what that means or what that says. Down here is what goes into your ECT, whatever, the power mode switch down here, the snow / whatever. This stays plugged into here. This controls your traction and then your rear blind window. And then another helpful tip is going to be routing the wires. You're going to have to route these wires from here down in between the HVAC vents here. Otherwise, it'll get all clogged up and everything. Okay, now up here, you're going to notice, I turned my hazards on. Okay, you're going to notice 2 CAN bus boxes. You're going to plug each one in. It's not an either or, it's both have to be plugged in. And this one, it'll say CAN bus decoder. This one will say CAN bus decoder HY202500625. That's going to have a plug going from here into there, and a plug on the top that only has 4 wires in it. Looks like those are speaker colored wires, like purple and green or gray maybe. And this has multicolored wires going into it. Your second CAN bus is only going to have 1 loom going to it right there. Nothing at the top, just that. You have this plug right here, which is going to plug into that right there. These are just like fuses or whatever here. This plug is going to go into there, and that controls all these controls down here for your HVAC and your hazard lights. And then above the HVAC vents, you're going to have this one with this writing on it plugged in, and that is for those buttons up there and your volume knob. Now your main harness is going to be plugged into here. This is really the only thing you need as far as audio is concerned. I plugged both USB options in, so I have both USB options. This is a 6-pin USB port, and this is a 4-pin. The 6-pin only has 4 wires in it though, and the 4-pin only has 3 wires in it. I would assume this one has an extra option for maybe like Apple Carplay or something, I'm not sure. And then this, if you want to plug it in, this powers your fan, and you can plug it into, I believe, right into this. If you want the fan to come on, I didn't plug it in. I could just plug it in, I guess. And that powers this fan right here, which is a cooling fan, which the settings are inside the unit for this fan in the software. Now, when you get the unit, you're going to see this harness. It comes out as like mic, sub, amp continuous, aux and left and right out, and then it comes as this, which would plug into right here. You don't need this. This is, I think, for like aftermarket amplifier signal out. And you see like the subwoofer out and stuff like that. So I think this is for like an aftermarket amplifier system. And then one last plug here. This is your CAN bus. This comes from the CAN bus into this, which helps everything translate into this to where all the controls work. These 2 white wires, one with the black stripe, one without black stripe. That helps everything work. And that is how you set up all the wires. The actual unit itself just slips into here. I'll show you if I can. If you can see, there's slots there that these slots slip into and just lock in. And that's how, if I can get it on there now with one hand, dear gosh. And that's how everything fits together. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful for you. Leave a thumbs up if it was. If you have any questions about this,
that I might be able to answer that I wasn't clear about in this video, just put them down below and I'll get back to you. And then you can subscribe if you want. I just make old car videos about old cars and stuff like this, how to do on them, and stereos and upgrades and fixes and stuff for old cars. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.